Yeah, I think it was a good win. GW has a good squad, and, Jonathan does a great job with them, and, that program is on the rise. They're building it. But anytime you have a kind of a crosstown rival, it's a one that you circle on the calendar a little bit and you get excited about. So I think our kids were excited about that. And for us, just seeing us build some confidence and playing at home, has been really big. And we just kind of mentioned it in passing that this was a game we're going to have to sit on for 10 days through final exams. And if we could make it a positive outcome, we'd all have more fun over the next 10 days, with that. So just proud of the way our kids responded, in the second half, facing a little bit of adversity and making free throws and making plays down the stretch was big. Yeah, Michelle, I thought just did a great job. The layups in transition, those are invaluable, easy shots, getting easy shots at the basket. So, she got up and down the floor well and, defended well, rebounded well, had some big boards late in the game. So, her contributions were really good, and, it's good to see, when we preach transition and running the floor, that stuff happen in the game. Yeah. Well, I think, Jaleesa's done a good job of making that transition, and on the defensive side of the ball, having to guard the post player and a more, probably a kid with a little bit more size. And because of her willingness to work hard and just kind of embrace the physicality of that, we've been able to do it. And then she's going to be a tough matchup, really on the other end of the floor with that lineup. We like a lot of movement, a lot of motion, and so it helps us there. So, it has been a good look for us so far, and we'll see if it continues that way. Getting to the foul line as much as we did. I know some of those were late game fouls, but I think that was the difference. Is just kind of the random hustle plays and things like that. I think the other thing too, our kids did a good job of switching up defenses, and when we would make a change to a different call, we executed it well and didn't give up anything easy, which is something that you worry about as a coach. If you switch your D, maybe somebody's not on the same page, and are you going to give up a layup? And I think we're getting better at that too. It just depends kind of on the flow of the game and how things are going, but playing some zone in the second half helped us in the last 8 minutes or so, just give a little bit different look and kind of make them change rhythm and get some different kind of shots, and I think that was big.